So we will wait for 30 or more seconds, then we will start so that all can join us.
You must be getting the figure how many have joined or joining.
Sir, we can simultaneously we can have a view of YouTube channel, then we can understand, sir.
Okay, okay, no problem. I'm just telling that you might be interested when at least some strength comes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 7 of here we can see that 7 have joined already.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
It will increase. Let's wait for 1 more minute, then we will start. So we are ready in our part. Just we are waiting for the participants.
Yes.
Sir, I want to ask you all, sir, should we start as we have given time?
Yeah, I think you can start.
Okay,
Let's adhere to the time.
Afterwards they can see it, means they can view also afterwards also. Means in repeat telecast.
Yeah.
Okay. So a very good morning to all of you. I'm Dr. Ankan Sinha, organizing secretary of this national webinar. On behalf of entire organizing committee and my personal behalf, would like to welcome you all in this mega event of national webinar on emerging yogic practices and fitness trends during the pandemic COVID-19. I would like to welcome all the delegates and dignitaries present over here. I'd also like to welcome all the 7 resource persons who will be going to deliver their lecture afterwards throughout these 3 days. I'll also like to welcome the faculty members of Government Degree College, Dharmanagar, North Tripura. I would also like to welcome the participants from different corners of India and even from abroad. I'd like to welcome the non-registered students who have not able to register themselves due to the limitations in the number of registration. At the same time, I'm very happy and glad that more than 1,000 participants are participating in this national webinar. So, in recent days, we are going through a very bad patch of our life. We are going through a very disastrous pandemic known as coronavirus, what you call is COVID-19. Then what to do? We tried hard to find out a vaccine, but we failed. We have to work out. We have to move out and work for our earning and survival. Many experts says that we should learn how to live with the coronavirus. But we should keep in mind our physical fitness and health. And it is only possible by achieving the good immune system. And I hope this kind of webinar will definitely give you the way how to survive in this crucial situation. So without delaying, I'm going to introduce you to with all the guests present over here. We have with us chief guest cum keynote speaker of this program, Major General S.N. Mukherjee, former Vice Chancellor of Lakshmibai National University of Physical Education. He served the nation throughout his career. He has numerous achievements and contributions, which is not possible to read it out here in such a short period of time. Still, I will read out few. Apart from the achievements and contributions in Indian Air Force, he had lots to say. Like, he awarded with the prestigious Man of the Year award by the citizen of Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh in 2007. He is also appointed as the member of Arjun Award selection panel by the Government of India in the same year 2007. He was awarded the Fellowship of American Bibliography Institute in 2008. And many more are there. So, welcome you, sir. I would also like to welcome, and we have with us the guest of honor. The guest of honor, Professor L. Wilfred Watts, sir. Presently, he is the Director of Extension Services, Placement Cell, and Student Cultural Club of Lakshmi Bai National University of Physical Education, Gwalior. I would say, in my opinion, he is the complete man of physical education. He is the appropriate person of our profession, that is physical education. Why? Because in our subject, we used to say the aim of physical education is the all-round development of human personality. And he is having that kind of personality. He is a good coach. He is a good teacher. He is a good administrator. And more than that, he is an extraordinary artist. So you can imagine which kind of personality he is having. He performed as a technical official in 2010 Delhi Commonwealth Games also, and many more to say, but due to the time constraint, I will stop here. Then we have with us the president of this program, Principal Government Degree College, Dharmanagar, North Tripura, Dr. Dilip Sarkar, sir. He is the resource person. He is the source of knowledge. He grabs all kind of knowledge from different aspects of life. He's master of all. I think so. And in my opinion, he's the coolest administrator I ever seen. Thank you, sir, for supporting us and allowing me to conduct this kind of activity. He's worked as a principal in numerous colleges of Tripura. So I welcome you, sir. Now we have with us the joint organizing secretary of this program, Mr. Prosenjit Debnath. He is the very young and dynamic and laborious colleague of mine. He is working as a guest lecturer in Government Degree College, Dharmanagar, North Tripura, in the Department of Physical Education. He continuously doing something, and I hope he will continue the same work, the intensity of work for our department and our college. So thank you, sir, for being here. Now, I would like to, without delaying anything, without any delay, I would like to request our guest of honor, Professor Wilfred Wasser, to bless us with his kind word and motivate us and our participants too. So please, sir.
Good morning once again, all of you. Chief guest of the day, General S.N. Mukherjee, former Vice Chancellor of LNIP Gwalior, Dr. Dilip Sarkar, the principal and the chief host of this program, Dr. Angan Sinha, HOD Physical Education, Degree College, Dharmanagar, and Mr. Prosenjit Debnath, guest lecturer of the same college. And we have a galaxy of people, those who are going to deliver their best knowledge, impart their best knowledge to the entire community. A big number. We have Mr. Ravi Bhola. I have taken his name first. probably having the highest achievement in sports, an ex-Olympian weightlifter. He was my student, and he also was there along with me in 2010 Commonwealth Games, and he's the national coach of the present weightlifting teams. Then we have Dr. Satpal Yadav, assistant professor and level 1 coach of IAAF, working at Lakshmi Bai National Institute of Physical Education, NERC Guwahati. Dr. Shambhu Sharan Prasad, again another assistant professor working at the Arunachal Pradesh Rajiv Gandhi University. Then we have Mr. Rohit Dubey, another proud LNCPN, who is now the spa manager of Taj Group of Hotels, Mumbai, and he's a global fitness expert, motivational speaker. We have Tepfu Punia, another assistant professor from LNIP Gwalior, working at LNIP Guwahati. Then we have Mahesh Singh Dapola, assistant professor, Department of Physical Education, Guru Ghasidas Vishwavidyalaya, Central University, Bilaspur. Then we have Dr. Gaurav Pant, another LNCPN of working at Bharati Vidyapith University, Pune. And all the participants, I have come to know that there are more than 1,000 participants registered, and I also am given to understand that there are many more who couldn't get the registration, but they are all watching this program. So with this, I am supposed to talk on general, address the gathering, because I won't be touching much about the present program, because we have a big number of speakers with the limited time they are given. So I don't want to prolong it further. So I would like to say a few words about the experts we have here, like the chief guest, Major General Mukherjee. I have no words to explain the caliber of this man. I have seen with my eyes. When he was appointed in our institute, Lakshmi Bai National Institute of Physical Education, I also raised my eyebrows. What this Fauji is going to do it here? But he has proved what a Fauji can do to the institute. The second birth of the institute, I should say, after PM Joseph, Padma Shri Dr. PM Joseph, the upliftment of the institute in all senses, whether it is in view of the infrastructure, the administration, everything, he is the person behind. I salute you, sir, and I am so happy to be with you for this function. I was also blessed to be with him last time in Tripura when they organized the national seminar. So, sir, I need your blessings. Let me be a bit selfish for me first, and for the entire participants and organizers and the physical educators and sportsmen of the country. And of course, Dr. Dilip Sarkar, the principal, I have heard from him that lots of things are being done in the college, and such a is I don't say it's a very big university or institute, but a small college to tell, or a college is doing the best for the upliftment of physical education and sports. Sir, thank you very much for the kind cooperation for towards the physical education and sports. And the third person is Dr. Angan Sinha. Of course, he spoke a bit more about me, which I am not deserving. But Angan Sinha is another excellent student I ever had. He, when he came, he was a simple, humble boy, but he has come to the extent, and he became one of the professors, lecturers, assistant professors, we these days we call, in our own institute. And it's all due to his hard work, his calibers in all sports. And he was talking about me. I am a musician. He is a better musician than me. He has participated in so many competitions and programs which is going on in during these days. So Angan Sinha, I am very proud of you, and he is the best person possible for this program to conduct, to be the host. Then we have Mr. Prasenjit Devnath. I met him also last time during the seminar. And a big number, almost 7 of the speakers are there. The first person I have already spoken, Mr. Ravi Bola, an Olympian and Commonwealth Game participant. He was also a student of mine, specialized under me in weightlifting, but a great sportsman who can come to that level. An excellent person as a human being, and he is there. He will be talking on his subject. Then Dr. Satpal Yadav, I have already spoken. Dr. Shambhu Prasad, Mahesh Singh Dapola, then Tepu Khole, Gaurav Pant, Rohit Dubey, and so many. So I am happy to say that they all are my students. So that is one big thing I really feel proud of. Under their guidance, under their performance, I am sure this is going to be an excellent program of the international repute. Now, coming back to the present scenario of the COVID-19, it is very unfortunate. The entire world is suffering from, whatever the reason, whatever the causes, but we have to live with it. That is the only way we can take care of. We have suffered a lot. The entire world is suffering. So many are they are losing their life. So many are trying to save their life and losing their life. So what to say? Now, to get rid of this, to certain extent possible, is this kind of webinar and educating people of the general nature. And physical education and sports, along with yoga, is one of the best possible way with which we can organize, we can reduce this problem. Some of the very short advices I can give is, try to take care of yourself, not jumping into the problem or inviting the problem, by keeping yourself aloof, away from. Personal hygiene, like using the mask and sanitation, your hands and all those stuff. It is being taught by many experts every day, almost every day. Having a healthy food at regular times, then allocating time for right time for sleeping and getting up, and doing and engaging yourself in the right things where you can involve yourself. Maybe your hobbies, your some creative work, whatever you can do it from your home within the limitations. And the last and foremost thing is the exercise. You see, lots of hue and cry is going on all over the country. Big problem is going on in Kerala, saying we have spent crores of rupees in almost every nook and corner of the country building the fitness centers, and it is not being used, and we are losing so much of money. My humble request to them, I have already sent my concern that yes, it's not only you people, we people are losing money. The entire world is suffering from that. And if you are permitted, if we are permitted to run the fitness centers, then I am sure it is going to cost the life of so many people. So, without going and knocking on the door of the fitness centers, the best thing can be done is sitting at home in your compound and do a variety of exercises. Like ours is an international institute for physical education, but still our entire sports facilities and fitness centers and everything is locked down, and the children are being sent home. We all are at home. We are all locked down. Why not to invite trouble? So it is not necessary that you should go and do the cardiac workout or strength training workout in the fitness center. You can do almost all the workouts at sitting at your home. Only thing is you must get up in the morning and get dressed and start working. You can do, if you are staying in a flat, if you can make use of few stairs, you can go for stair climbing. If that is not also is possible, keep a stool in your room, go step up, step up, step up. That is another best exercise. You can develop your cardiac strength, cardiac output, cardiac workout, and strengthening exercise, free hand exercises, sit-ups, push-ups, pull-ups, chin-ups, whatever you can do at your home, that is also is possible. And not taking much of the time, the next aspect is yoga. Yoga, Surya Namaskar, these are some of the things. You don't have to have a free space, a 10 by 10 or 10 by 3 feet place, and you can do the excellent work of yoga. You can go for repeated Surya Namaskar. People used to do 10 times, 100 times, 200 times Surya Namaskar. A very good strengthening, strength endurance workout, and cardiac workout also it becomes. So needless to talk about all these things, because I am giving the chance to the others to speak about on these aspects. I am given only 10 minutes time. I think I have already taken the time. So yeah, 10 minutes. How much time I have taken?
No problem, sir.
Yeah.
You can continue a bit.
A bit more. So I appreciate, Ankan, your initiative towards this for your country, your state, and the entire country and entire globe. So I want such kind of things to be initiated by the people who are going to speak today. I am really glad to see that all the 7 speakers are from his own class, the same classmates, the classmates of Dr. Angan Sinha. They have joined hands to give such a wonderful program. Now, this should go as a chain reaction. Yeah, this time only you could allocate their duties to 7. Next time it should be another 7 or 17 and 70 and so on. So you are going to help the entire world. Such a pious thing you are doing. I am sure this will go miles together in the country, and it will take care of the good health of the people, their precious life. Life is very precious, and once it is taken, it cannot be replaced. So be kind, be kind to the people who are working at your home. Those who were coming, help them financially if you can. Some of your friends or some of your poor people around. That is the biggest charity. And of course, remember, charity begins at home. So please take care. Thanks a lot. My salute to the organizers, the speakers, and General Mukherjee for coming and sparing his time to be the part and parcel of this program. Thanks a lot. God bless you all. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for such a kind words and praising us without any reason. I think so. But thank you, sir. And I will keep your suggestion in my mind and will spread it out. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request our chief guest come keynote speaker of this program, Major General S.N. Mukherjee sir, to give or deliver his speech and motivate us. So please, sir.
Good morning, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen. Namaskar, Adab, Sat Sri Akal, and I wish all the members, those who are listening to it or will listen subsequently, to get a lot of benefit from the knowledge. Even if the knowledge is there, it will brush that knowledge and it will shine. And also, they will apply in their life, in the families, friends, all will be benefited from this. At the outset, I want to immensely thank Department of Physical Education, Government Degree College, Dharmanagar, North Tripura, for giving such a wonderful platform to all of us to share our views and feelings on a very important, pertinent, and relevant issue by hosting this 3-day webinar, national webinar from 19th to 21st of June 20 on emerging yogic practices and fitness trends during pandemic COVID-19. My special compliments to Honorable Principal of this and the President of this national webinar, Dr. Dilip Sarkar Sir, Dr. Ankan Sinha, Mr. Prasanjit Devnath, and all members of the dedicated team for not only conceiving this mega event, but bringing it to a reality today. Today, from this platform, I'll be sharing with you my views and interact with you all on the role of and importance of yoga in our daily life, especially at the backdrop of COVID-19. Friends, COVID-19 or no COVID-19, the role of and importance of yoga in our daily life will continue to be the same. In fact, during this lockdown period, it is needless to mention that the importance of yoga had manifold multiplied. Why I say so? Because lockdown has reduced our physical activity. No doubt, everybody will agree on this. Have forced us to do certain activities which we were not accustomed to do earlier. Like many of us had a lot of help at home. Now no help at home, so you have to do your course yourself. A good lesson for us to learn what are the difficulties and how the other helps used to help us. Effect of social distance. Many of us are accustomed to be friendly. Even we used to hug our friends dear and near ones, our in English style handshake, though now they are also following our style of namaste. Then our restriction is there on free movement. We can't go wherever we want to go. It is not that we want to go every day or we want to be always out, but that restriction itself has put a tremendous pressure on our mindset. Even at the age of our age, younger people, they go for sports, for competitive. Very, very small children, they go for recreational. At our age, we play certain games to keep ourselves fit. But this no recreational sports is possible to be played, or even competitive sports is very difficult. Practically, it was out for some time. Now it is coming back. I'm happy. Effect on children education. Tremendous blow has set in, though methodology has now come up or coming up for online classes and many things, but it is not possible for everybody to go for this online class because of various technological difficulties or monetary problems. Then treatment, medical treatment. It is not that who is suffering from COVID-19 go for treatment. Even otherwise, a mother who has conceived, there is a date for that. You can't postpone that date. It is all given by the God. So, but they are now not being getting admitted in hospital. People are afraid, not only because of her, but if any of their close relatives or somebody wants to come and meet, then the problem will be there to check. And if once a case of COVID-19 or coronavirus is caught in that hospital will maybe getting completely locked down and no other people can be treated. Again, till date, there is no COVID-19 medicine. So it is also putting a lot of pressure in the minds of the people, and especially those who has got a very soft mind. They are not realizing the reality of life. And it is majority of us are falling in that category. So we have to cultivate ourselves to see that how to overcome a problem as a hurdle. All these and many, many more reasons, knowingly or unknowingly, we all are stressed to full extent. Therefore, we need to release this stress through some kind of pressure valve. There has to be pressure release valve, like our pressure cooker. There is a pressure release valve. So in our system, in our body, mind, everything requires a pressure release valve. It is a well-known fact that there is nothing better than yoga to act as a major pressure release valve. You all agree? So in this national webinar, I am very, very thankful to Principal Professor Sarkar sir, Ankan, Dr. Ankan, Prasanjit, and many others who conceived this idea of setting a pressure relief valve in all of us. This is a regular practice. If you keep on doing these type of things, our pressure will get released rather than building up in ourselves. And I'm very happy to see the 7 speakers. I don't want to now mention each of their names, which Professor Wilfer Vaz has very nicely done. In fact, they are his student. He knows them personally. He knows their capability and ability. And I am also close to few of them, though I may not be recognized by name, but by face, if I see, I will recognize. Few are very close. Mahesh Dhapola, Professor Mahesh Dhapola, and others, those who are in this batch of Dr. Ankan. I was fortunate to be there as Vice Chancellor during that time. And I have met many of them and know them very keenly, even we are in contact with WhatsApp and otherwise. So I know their not only the knowledge which they have got, the experience behind them, and the dedication, and to work hard to learn to teach. They learn to teach. And this is a specialty of most of the LNIPians. They do their research simultaneously under the guidance of their professors like Professor Wilfred Vaz and many others who help even after they go out. And that is the strength of a alma mater. I am very happy that I have been asked by Dr. Ankan, and I can assure him, whenever it is required for my help or support, I cannot help physically probably, but support or mentally, if you want anything from me, you are most welcome. Now, those 7 resource persons whose name you have just heard, they are experts in their respective fields, as I told, and on their visionary views on a host of problems being faced by us due to COVID-19 and how yoga can help us to overcome the same. But not only COVID-19 or yoga, there is a complete physical fitness. How to achieve physical fitness? Yoga is one of the steps, but there are many ways. But certainly, yoga is something which gives a holistic personality development, helps to develop a holistic personality development. As Wilfred Vaz has told, I was also given 20 minutes time to speak. I have taken about half of that, about 9 to 10 minutes, on explaining what is there. For a keynote address of this nature, I believe it requires at least an hour, because on yoga, if you start from Rishi Patanjali to the present day's status of the yoga, in between we lost it. Basically, it is the yoga, but when it came from abroad, it is being termed as yoga. And this yoga also lost in our Indian circumstances, and the scriptures and other things from which I learned much more is the one person is responsible to bring this yoga from the Babaji Mahashaya, who is in Himalayas, who gave this to Lahiri Mahashaya, who was in Banaras. And from there, it came to Yukteswar Giriji, and Yukteswar Giriji to Yoganand. Now, Yoganand, you might have read his book, Autobiography of a Yogi, how he spread that yoga all over the world. And then that has come as a practical yoga. In addition to that, there are so many Mahesh Yogi, the various types. Yoga has got very wide things to do. Even this Yoganand thing, they concentrated on one thing, that is Kriya Yoga. And that is basically yoga, if you want to do, to get concentration for spirituality, not religion. Not religion. Any spirituality says that you do some concentration. Sadhana. Sadhana is there also in the other religion, and it is also in Hindu religion. Though in Hindu religion it is given more stress. They say that if you want to have a peaceful life, then take out some time for yourself from the 24 hours. 8 hours we sleep, we should sleep 7 to 8 hours. 8 hours we should work, and the rest 8 hours is for yourself, in which maybe food and all that for 1 hour, taking your bath, this, that, and all that, another 1 hour. So like that, if you keep on deducting 1 hour on your physical fitness is 1 hour. So like that, if you keep on deducting, you have to take a time table of, say, half an hour to 1 hour every day. Maybe at the time of going to bed. It has got no relationship of your food, of your whether you have taken bath or something, but you can just sit and try to concentrate. This concentration gives a lot of inner strength. I am talking from a lot of my personal experience, which we applied. Even the all LNPians know it. That this, when I was Commandant Bengal Engineering Group and Center after the Kargil War, from Srinagar, I was posted to Roorkee. There, I started getting this yoga compulsory for some time to our recruits. There were 10,000 recruits at any one point of time under training. So this helped. Even we introduce that when you do firing, there is a you have to do some practice, musketeers. That means with the rifle, you have to do certain practices, and you breathe, unbreathe, because when you are firing, if you that time you breathe, your shoulder or your hand will shake, and it will not get the bull. So how to do this type of firing and all is being taught or the practice just before the firing. So what I did was before that, about half an hour or so, we started doing certain yogic exercises and then concentration and then firing. And we had that a little bit of research sort of a thing, a group doing this, the other group didn't do it. We found the result, and you will be not amazed, because you all know that there was a lot of difference in the result of that firing. So when, fortunately, by God's grace, I came as Vice Chancellor at Gwalior with the support of persons like Wilfred Vaz and others. A lot of professors supported me, and we opened a department of yoga and health sciences. In that, lot of equipment was purchased, because I wanted that it should have certain scientific base. Unless it is a scientifically proved, the young mind doesn't accept it. So we try to do it. A lot of equipment, our mind gets agitated. So when we do certain tests, that comes out that how much agitated it is. With the color scheme, it will be red. And then if you are doing yoga continuously, not one day, but about say 2 weeks, 3 weeks, that redness in your you can say it is the X-ray of mind sort of a thing, not X-ray, but that is by putting your palm on a particular pad, your mind gets deflected. This equipment was not basically for testing yoga, but it is for some other thing. But we applied in our yoga and we found a very good result. And we did similar things with a lot of people, like the IG, Inspector General, when he approached us, we opened it for the police people, including officers, IPS officers, they attended, and the result was shown after 21 days. Similarly, the editors of various papers, they came and told that their correspondents, the people, those who go on the ground, they are very much tense, but they can't come in the evening. Early in the morning also they cannot come because there is something, but they can come around 10 o'clock or so. So we allowed them, and after 21 days, it was proved for each one that they are now less stressed. So yoga has shown this type of things. It is physically done. If you do sincerely, after 21 to 1 month, 21 days to 1 month, the result will start showing. And if you continuously practice, then you can understand or imagine how it is going to help you. I will end with only one thing, that suddenly I was invited by the jailer of Gwalior jail. The IG prison, who used to be at Gopal, he knew me, so he requested, sir, you must come, and we are having a bhajan sandha at the jail, and you love. So I told, okay, it is a great honor, and you are calling me. So I went with my wife, and we sat down for 1 hour. The bhajan sandha was conducted very, very nicely from the artists from Bombay and other places. So I enjoyed this, realizing that at the end, the IG will speak for 2-3 minutes and invite me to give a address to the prisoners. There were more than 1,000 prisoners sitting in front. When I went there, I couldn't think that what I should say. I was always, I was a little puzzled to address such a, because I have never addressed such a gathering. Then I just thought for a moment, and it came out from mind, you are the most luckiest person in the world to be here. I am also most luckiest to address you. And why you are most luckiest is that as you do, you get the result. It is said even by Newton, every action has got equal and opposite reaction. So there is no person in the world who has not done certain mistakes. Some or other mistakes has been or being committed by us. And this is getting accumulated, and in the next birth or some other birth, or even this birth at the end of the thing, I will get at one go. But how I am going to react, I don't know. Now that you have got that punishment in this life, and you are just now making minus of your whatever you have done, it will be reducing your thing. So you are lucky. It is not getting accumulated, and it will in next life probably it is added with some interest. So it will be very difficult next life to take so much of punishment together. Better it is to finish your punishment in this. So what we can do, because we have come to do karma. So henceforth now you start doing good karmas. And if you do good karmas, you think that what are good karmas is, one thing is best is that don't quarrel with each other. Take some time and take for your health. From LNIP, we donated a lot of things, including volleyball and all, net and this, that, made a lot of facility to them. But from my mouth, it came out that if you want to do yoga, we will give you a certificate course if you do for 3 months. And our teacher will come to the jail. They will teach you. So Latika and Gaurav, they were part-time working with us. They were very much interested. They told us, we will take on, and we put some other people also. And they did a very, very good job. When I went there for their midterm sort of a thing after 1.5 months to see, the 5-stage pyramid was standing there. And it was so still, and at the top, one person standing. I felt that what type of concentration level they have got. They all mostly were life imprisoned, or they have murdered 1 or 2, 3 persons. Nobody can easily murder a person. It requires a lot of concentration. And that concentration, if it's put into a good job, this happens. And then not only 3 months, we extended it for 6 months and gave yoga diplomas to them. And you will be happy to know, once I discussed it with the IG, he made them instructors, and they were visiting other jails to teach yoga as instructors. Their life changed. They all became, I will not say saints, but they all knew the purpose of their living and how can they use it properly. For each and every classes they went out, they got remuneration, which was deposited in their thing. And one of them, I believe much afterwards, I came back in 2015, got remission from his remission from the punishments, and then he was discharged. And somewhere he is now practicing yoga in Madhya Pradesh. In one of these conferences, I explained all these things. That is, it will interest the physical education persons. World Military Game was held in Hyderabad. Olympics, a lot of countries joined. But World Military Game, the number of countries participate is much more than even Olympics, because most of the countries have got military, and this was the first time in India it was held, and I was lucky to give the keynote address there, and one of my presentation on that was this. So my contention is that yoga has got multifarious advantages. One thing is, in army I have learned, one thing is your reactive. Enemy does something, we react. But one is proactive. A senior person, a general, a brigadier, or senior person has to think that what is going to be done by the enemy, and you have to do a proactive action. Reactive action, if you do, you are no good visionary person. You have to take a proactive action. Similarly, if you are suffering from something, you go to a doctor, he prescribes medicine to you. He does what? It is a reactive. He gives treatment to get rid of that. But a physical educationist, he is really, actually, if I say, he is the controller of complete health. It is he knows all the systems in a human body, how to keep it perfect, how to keep it better, and what he teaches mostly are preventive medicine. It is that before you suffer, you prevent that disease to come to you, and so you will not suffer. And whatever you are spending as a medicine or doctor's fees, that will be saved. Not only that will be saved, you will feel more comfortable and confident in your life. So prevention is better than cure, and I suggest that we all should do. And in fact, this COVID-19 has made my timing for yoga doing increase to about 50 to 1 hour, 15 minutes, 50 minutes to 1 hour, rather than which used to be about half an hour earlier. And I feel much more fit, much more mentally and psychologically fit. So I will request everybody to practice this, and that is what knowledge, if you apply, then only we can say that we are a wise person. We have knowledge, but we don't apply, and therefore we will not be a wise person. So I request all of you, those who are listening to it, make yoga a daily routine, part of life. And this result will not come in 1, 2, or a week time. It will take maybe few months, maybe few years, but you will be much, much benefited. I have now, I think, taken my time, and I will stop here. And I will, once again, before stopping, I want to thank the organization profusely and the principal, sir, for giving them the guidance and to do this. And what this type of crisis teaches us, that it helps us to come together. We have come together through webinar, through many other ways we can come together, and we'll fight this together. I pray to the Almighty God for all of your good health and happiness in the days ahead. Good day to all. I also wish all the success for this webinar. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your kind words. Your lecture reminds me my college days. It energizes us. Sir, we waited a lot for your lecture, and we want to wait again, sir, for your lecture. And I hope you will give us time again and again. I hope so. And thank you, sir. How one
Thank you,
can
Uncle.
have, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank
How
you,
one
Uncle.
can
It is
have,
a great pleasure.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Uh, now, now, I would like to request the president of this program, Principal Government Degree College, Dharmanagar, North Tripura, Dr. Dilip Sarkar sir, to address to give his address. So please, sir.
Respected Major General Hassan Mukherjee, respected Dr. Baz, and the 7 experts who would participate in the 3 days national webinar, and the participants who have been participating in this seminar, and last of all, the organizers, especially Dr. Ankan Sinha and Mr. Prosenjit. I express my gratitude and thanks to everybody that that type of seminar we are in a position to organize in this crucial period. And it is mainly the product of the initiative taken by Dr. Sinha and his colleagues. I really appreciate them in this situation. They have organized that type of seminars. Actually, what I feel is that as I am not the man of this subject, but as a citizen of this country and a dweller of this world, I feel that this human civilization have faced different types of crisis throughout the uh, time, and we know the Spanish that type of attack of a Spanish virus, and human civilization has crossed that crisis. And now at this moment we are facing a kind of trouble due to COVID-19. But if you can remember uh, the words given by the great scientist of the world, Charles Darwin, that that is the world for the survival of the fittest. The persons who are fit, they will survive in the world. And in order to make the human beings fit, we need medicines, we need different types of things like fitness works and physical exercise. So, in order to survive in the world, in the situation, I think besides medicine, besides the innovative works done by the scientists, we need also the help of the physical education, especially the exercise like yoga. And I hope that that type of exercise will help us to come out of that type of situation. Due to the constraint of time, I would not be able to elaborate all these things, but I hope that as the human beings have come out of the crisis through the time, this time we will also overcome. And we are very much accustomed to with a great song, through international song it is said, that we shall come, overcome sometimes or any time. So with the human beings, we feel that we will also overcome this crisis. And the persons who are related with physical education, they will come out with some sorts of uh, keys so that the general people like us will be able to take the help of these keys so that we can make our life, our survival in the world a fit one, so that we can uh, overcome or we can fight against COVID-19. And on behalf of the college, on behalf of the organizing committee, I congratulate all the persons who have participated in this seminar. And especially I will congratulate and show my respect and gratitude to Major General S.N. Mukherjee, uh, who has given his consent, and he has said many words related with this. And Professor Vas, who has been helping us to coordinate or organize this national webinar. With these words, I thanks to everybody, and I hope that in future you will remain in good condition. Thanks to everybody.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for being there for us to organize such kind of events. And these kind of words definitely motivate us for future programs, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Now, last but not the least, I would like to request the Joint Organizing Secretary, Mr. Prosenjit Devnath, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. I am feeling honored and I am privileged to propose vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to thank to our chief guest, respected keynote speaker, Major General S.N. Mukherjee sir, former Vice Chancellor, Lakshmibai National Institute of Physical Education, Gwalior, for sharing his valuable speech with us. I hope which will make our life in right direction. I would also like to thank Professor Wilfred Bhaas, Director, Extension Services, Placement Cell, and Student Cultural Club, Lakshmibai National Institute of Physical Education, Gwalior, for giving us his spacious time, and his words will definitely give us motivation. A big thanks to our respected Dr. Dilip Sharkar, President of this ceremony and Principal, Government Degree College, Dharmanagar, North Tripura, for his kind support, and he gave us time to conduct this national webinar on emerging yogic practice and fitness trends during pandemic COVID-19. Now, I would like to thanks to all the resource person for accepting our request and deliver their lecture here. Dr. Satpal Yadav, Dr. Shambhu Prasad, Dr. Mahesh Singh Dhapula, Mr. Rabi Bhola, Mr. Thepukule Puneo, Dr. Gaurav Pant, and Mr. Rohit Dubey. I would like to give a thanks from my core of heart to all the participants for attending the national webinar, and the students who are not able to register themselves due to the limitations of registration. It would be really unfair if I not thanks to Mr. Abhijit Das, who did all the backstage work for the national webinar. Now, last but not the least, organizing a national webinar is a challenging task. As we all know, it's required a great preparation and wise hand. Now, I would like to give thanks to Dr. Ankan Sinha, Secretary of this national webinar and HOD of Physical Education, Government Degree College, Dharmanagar, North Tripura. Now, I hope you all will learn something to this session. Now, here I would like to conclude the inaugural session. Please, all of you, be ready for the first lecture. Thank you, one and all. Namaskar, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, Prosenjit sir. Now, for the last time, I would like to add all of you in the same frame. Okay. So, thank you again, sir, for accepting our request. We'll meet again, sir, in some other platform and in some other days. Thank you, sir. Thanks again, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So, now we are going to start our the first lecture, which will be given by one of the youngest and energetic and dynamic speaker in our generation, Dr. Satpal Yadav. He's working as an assistant professor in government in LNIPE NERC Guwahati, Assam. He got the opportunity to represent India in research as a research investigator in sports biomechanics at Rio Olympics, Brazil, along with Indian athletic team, which is assigned by MYAS Government of India. He is also appointed as the level 1 lecturer and level 1 coach of IAAF, that is World Athletics. So these are the achievements and many more. And apart from this administrative and academician, he is also a brilliant sports person. So we expect and we hope we will gain something from his lecture. And with these words, I would like to welcome and request Dr. Satpal Yadav to deliver his lecture. So please, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Ankan Sinha. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat to all the participants of national webinar on emerging yogic practice and fitness traits during this pandemic COVID-19. I also thankful to the organizer of Department of Physical Education, Government Degree College, Dharmanagar, North Tripura. My heartfelt thanks to Dr. Major General S. M. Mukherjee, the former Vice Chancellor, LNIP Gwalior, and the chief guest of today's. Dr. Dilip Sarkar, Principal, Government Degree College, Dharmanagar, North Tripura, and the President of today's webinar. Professor Wilfred Waz, LNIP Gwalior, and the guest of honor of today. And all the resource person and co-speaker. I am also very much thankful to Dr. Ankan Sinha, HOD, Physical Education, Government Degree College, Dharmanagar, North Tripura, and the organizing secretary of this webinar, and Dr. Prasanjit Devnath, the Joint Secretary and the coordinator of today's sessions. On this occasion, let me also pay homage to the legendary hockey Olympian, Sri Balbir Singh, Sr., who has left this world on 25th May 2020 in Mohali, Punjab. He was the India best striker in his time and given medal in 1948 and 1952 Olympics. And I also pay homage to Mr. Amitabh Sinha, who left this world on 28th April 2020, the father of today's organizing secretary, Dr. Ankan Sinha. Let me start this presentation with a question, and you have to reply by showing your hand. How many of you seriously engage in physical activity or exercise at least 30 minutes a day? I hope it is visible, my presentation. No?
Yes, sir. It is visible and audible too. You can continue, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Yes. So it's a pretty impressive that you have raised your hand. Awesome. So according to American Health Research Association, that it is actually recommended to be exercised at least for 30 minutes per day. And it is most surprising is that nearly 80% won't meet this recommendation. As being in this profession, one of the most common thing I heard is that I don't have the time. So let me talk about some time. The reason you could have 168 hours in a week and only asking 2.5 hours of your weeks for leading forward to live a better life, healthier life, and even longer life. And all this benefit comes only with exercise. Fitness is a lifestyle, it's not a quick fix. That is actually something that you have to incorporate your daily regimens, like brushing your teeth, taking showers, and so on. My name is Dr. Satpal Yadav, working as assistant professor in LNIP and NIAS Guwahati. I started exercising with an hobby and now doing as a career. And this is why the exercise that changed my life. We know that exercise is an important part of the healthy lifestyle, but we may not know is how important it is during this COVID pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic is unprecedented time all across the world. Extensive social distancing policies are put into a place that restricted people to do their daily activities, and worldwide place from the government asking people to stay safe and stay
Hello. Sorry for the interruption. We will join again. We might be having some technical problem. Just wait for a while. Be here with us. Thank you.
In this, we are finding the reason behind and benefit of exercise. We understand how exercise can actually reduce the health problem or the kinds of disease mentioned.
Excuse me, Satpal sir.
Yes, please.
Excuse me. Can you please repeat it? Just means one. 1 मिनट पहले से, क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ पर इंटरप्शन हो गया था, थोड़ा टेक्निकल फॉल्ट हो गया था, तो शायद पार्टिसिपेंट्स के पास पहुंचा नहीं है, तो आप शायद हो सके तो 1 मिनट पहले से फिर से थोड़ा सा रिपीट कर सकते हैं.
Okay, my
वो
PPT is visual to you?
नो, नॉट नाउ.
PPT is okay?
No, 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 not now. It is not visible.
Now?
Wait, sir. Wait, sir. Wait. Now it is
Oh, it's
okay. You can repeat means from previous slide, sir.
From my previous slides.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so yes, this is just a starting of my presentation. So let me start with my presentation covering in this that in this we are finding reason behind that the benefit and benefits of exercise. We understand that the exercise is actually reduce health problem and the kinds of disease. In the list here is WHO has given guideline on the amount of physical activity, including the preschool age children's aging from 3 to 5, children's and adolescent from the age of 6 to 17 years, adults and the old adults. That's it. It is in my second presentation that physical activity recommended from WHO for the different age groups. Next in the point is the data considering the early research finding on exercise and social behavior of the peoples experiencing during this COVID-19. So study may be needed in India too. I will provide the link below so that you can get an idea about this study that I have mentioned in my third point, insight from the data set, early research finding. Considering the possible impact of physical inactivity during this lockdown, we must find out the ways we physical educationists can make the significant difference in the life of their associated person. So my point is that it's a call for the action for physical educationists and the fitness experts. How much and how do that to stay physically active going to be on my next point. That is the way to stay physically active during this isolation. Being the part of games and sports, person at all the level must keep in shape by continuing their regular training regimen, by involving and finding ways to skill themselves so that they will find yourself in their place and co-op up as early and align as soon this pandemic gets out. So the self-assessment and recommendation is needed. And at the last, I will cover some of the questions on how to be stay active while social distancing, which is really important to know this answer in this pandemic COVID-19 is concerned. Staying active while social distancing, question and answer. So here I start. Why exercise? During this COVID-19 pandemic, it is even more important for all the peoples to be physically active. Even if it is only for the short break, for sitting on your desk and doing some walking or stretching. By doing this simple, this will ease your muscle strain, relieve your mental tensions, improve your blood circulation, improve muscular activities. And for remaining physical active, you must include some of the activities like active recreation, sports participations, cycling, walking, play, dance, gardening, even house cleaning, and even carrying heavy the shopping bags. I think lots of the people, when they come to the health benefits, they mainly think of that the activity, physical activity, is mean to get weight loss or weight. So the question arises, why exercise? What are the health benefits of physical activity or doing exercises? Exercise is important part of lifestyle, and being it's give benefit, including that it reduce the serious health problem or the risk of chronic diseases. This is some of the list which has given by WHO on the common lifestyle diseases such as obesity, cardiovascular disease, diabetic, cancer, asthma, disease of digestive symptoms like peptic ulcers, neuropsychiatric disorders like depression, anxiety, stress, hypertension, and the list go on. Obesity. Currently, overweight and obesity are the highest health problem faced in this 21st century. The major cause of this problem is that the lack of physical activity and excessive consumption of processed food. The number of overweight and obese people in this India doubles between 2005 and 2015. And among individuals aged between 15 to 49, 20.7% of women and 18.6% of men has been found to be overweight or obese. So here it has presented by WHO, the cardiovascular disease is the largest cause of death in India in 1920, since 1920. India is number one in the cardiac patient, and it's affect almost 10% of the population, where the US and Europe having about 7%, China causing 4%, and in India, heart attack kills one, at least in 10 Indians. You see, the 26% of all death in India happens to be because of the cardiovascular disease. The men and youngs are high risk. Lack of physical activities has been identified as one of the biggest trigger of cardiovascular disease. Depression too have been found to be a risk factor for the cardiovascular disease. So currently, overweight and obesity has been accelerated at an alarming rate worldwide. Based on the World Health Organization, it is given by the Global Health Observation data, recent data from 2010 to 2014. This graph shows that the prevalence of overweight in this graph. And in obesity, for the both men's and females at the age above than 18 years has been significantly increasing. Here some of the facts and figure has been given on diabetic, that India has 61.3 million people with diabetic. Globally, diabetic caused 4.6 million deaths till 2011. In addition to that, around 250,000 cancer cases are in India. And 1/3 of Indian has the high level of triglycerides, and 30 to 7% having the low level of HDC. Regular physical activities can reduce your risk of developing type 2 diabetic and the metabolic syndromes. What is that? Metabolic syndromes is some combination of too much fats around your waist, the high blood pressure, low and high density lipoprotein, cholesterol, high triglycerides, or high blood sugars. people start to see benefit at level of physical activity that belongs, that recommendation given as 150 minutes per week. So here, more than 1.73 million new cancer cases are likely to be uh, uh, recorded each year by 2020 in India. Commonly used household chemicals and cosmetic contains the cancer cause compounds. It is estimated that 20% of the cancer cases can be linked to the environmental exposure of toxins, tobacco and alcohol, air pollutions, and the diet rich in meat and low in vegetables are likely triggered. So, is the exercise is medicine? Yes. The regular exercise significantly reduce the risk of chronic metabolic disease states, including the type 2 diabetic and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Many of the metabolic health benefits of exercise depends upon the skeletal muscles adaptations. However, this is plenty of evidence that exercise exert many of its metabolic benefit throughout the liver, throughout the adipose tissue, vasculature, and pancreases. Now, the WHO has given some of the guideline and recommendation for different age groups of physical activities, and it's including the infant under the age of 1 year need to be physically active several times a day. Children under 5 years of age should spend at least 180 minutes a day in physical activities. Within 3 to 4 years of old, uh, being moderate and vigorous activity for an hours a day. Children and adolescents from the age of 5 to 17 years, all children and adolescents should have at least 60 minutes a day of their moderate and vigorous intensity physical activity, including activity of strengthening of their muscles and bone that they has to do 3 times per week. And for the adults aging from 18 to 64 years, they should do at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity throughout the weeks, or at least 75 minutes of vigorous intensity physical activity throughout the week, and also including the strength activities twice or thrice a week. The adults aged 65 years should do total of at least 150 minutes of their moderate intensity physical activity throughout the week, or at least 75 minutes of vigorous intensity physical activities throughout the week, and also including the strength work. And for the older adults with poor mobility should do physical activity to enhance their balance and prevents falls. Yes, in the light of this current situation worldwide, certain benefits of physical activities may be significantly pertaining to the COVID-19 pandemics. And these benefits includes the strength and maintaining your immunity system. The immunity strength being less susceptible to the infections. Must reduce high blood pressure, weight balance, reduce the risk of heart disease, risk of diabetic, risk of stroke, certain cancers. We must improve the bones and muscle strength, improve balance, flexibility, fitness, mental health. We must reduce the depression. We must reduce the risk of cognitive declines, delaying the onset of dementia. We must improve the feeling of well-being, and in children's activity should support so that it's healthy for the growth and development. It reduces the disease for the later age, and it also helps to develop the fundamental movement skills. And this is some of the benefits of strength and balance training. Often this strength and balance training is forgotten as being the part of physical activity. And many people only focus on the aerobic fitness components and the benefit thereof. The benefit of strength and training that includes that it's improved the blood lipid profiles, improve the vascular function, immunity system, maintaining muscle mass, oxidative capacity, maintaining independence and functional status, aging trajectory, blood glucose sensitivity, blood pressures, and also improve your body composition that helps to maintain healthy weights over time. And despite of all this benefit, physical activities cost 5.3 million lives per year globally. It is important, therefore, to find ways to limit the impact of COVID-19 pandemic, as well as the wider impact it will have to the long-term chronic disease. Here, important is that any physical activity is better than none. So, during this COVID-19 pandemic, being physically active will be the challenge for all of us. But it is critical that we find any plans way to be active and reduce our sedentary time. Although our movements around our neighborhood, town, city, countries, and the world may be restricted, it's remain critical that we all move more and sit less. By following this recommendation and getting off at least 150 minutes of a week of moderate intensive aerobic activity can put you in the lower risk of these diseases. Regular physical activities can also lower your blood pressure. It's improve your cholesterol level. It reduce the risk of developing type 2 disease and the metabolic syndromes. Being active lower your risk of developing serious commonly occur cancer of and the cancer survivor. Even the research shows that the adults who participate in greater amount of physical activities has reduced risk of developing cancer of their bladder, their breast, colon, endometrium, kidney, lungs, and even in stomach. You can reduce the risk even further with more physical activity. We must improve the quality of the life, and how this disease can be prevented by proper maintaining of your nutrition and by exercising. So when you exercise, you make healthy choices, healthy food choices. What actually happens to your body? You will put a muscles and it's make your joint and muscles stronger. You will less prone to the injury. You look 10 times better. You also lose fats on your arms, stomach, legs, and your love handles. It's not only lose fats from outside. You will lose fats even in inside. This is the fats that surrounded around your organs. This is called the visceral fats that cause disease. My second point under why to exercise is that, and that is actually make you smarter. So when you exercise, your heart going to be pump more oxygen into your brain and throughout your body. From experiencing lots of students I deal with, they almost forgot how to breathe while doing exercise. In order to get benefit, you always make sure that the breath is with your nose and exhale with your mouth rather inhaling with your mouth. So when you do this, your brain and your mind release tons of hormones which will provide nourishing environment for the growth of new brain cells. It's actually act as the first ATs, or it's damage your brain cells. In a sense, it's kinds of healing your mind. If you incorporate exercise in your daily regimen, this will also preparing you from the mental stress. It's also increase in retention of the new information. improve your memories, and also give better reaction to the complex situation. It's make you look better, healthier, and more productive even you work. Next in the queue is how exercise actually improve your health. So it's not just about how far you have run or how much you have lifted. Exercise is it can improve your mental as well. It is the vital maintaining your mental fitness. And the study shows that exercise can actually treat depression, anxiety, and stress just as well the medications and without the side effect, of course. Here is why exercise is so effective. When you come these types of problem, many changes happen in our body. You produce more endorphin. With these hormones, it make feel good and also act as the natural killer. It will improve your concentration. It will also improve the ability of your sleep. In the sense, you helps to release stress and decrease overall tension, whether it is in your mind or in your body. It will make you happier. And lastly, give plenty of energy to use this rest of your days. So your mind and your body works hand in hand. So when one feels good, then the other feels also good. The link between this physical activity and mental well-being is clear. Physical activity is a key critical way to manage mental health, and it's important that as we physical educationists must promote this to the people regardless to them having been diagnosed with the health conditions, mental health conditions or not. Even the study has reported that enforced sedentary behavior has led to depressive feelings and low moods in healthy peoples during this lockdown. Taking this consideration, the current situation worldwide with the country in enforcing period of lockdown and isolation, this may potentially have mammoth impact on the mental health of many people and even more so if they do not engage in any form of activity. Next, I want to cover in this is discipline. You have to make sure that you are consistent as well as disciplined. Most of the people wants to be healthy and wants to live long life. So it doesn't happen by accident. Most of the healthiest and the happiest people in this world are probably having one thing in common, that is discipline. So first of all, you have to plan your days accordingly. You have to make sure that you have enough time to incorporate exercise to your daily regimens. Whether you plan for it in the morning, afternoon, evening, or in night instead. It doesn't have to be boring. It has something like that. It may be in terms of going for walk, going for play or dance classes nowadays really online. And the second, you have to make food choices. You have to make sure that you are taking a good protein so that your muscles get repaired and built. You must include healthy fats in your diet so that your hormones so that they can function properly. You have also has to make sure that you can incorporate healthy carbs so that you have enough energy to use throughout your days. It also you have to put some micronutrient, which is in vitamins and minerals. It's all take time. However, it doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey. And you have to learn to love the things that is good for you. Here, the discipline is decision. A decision that says, I will consistently do the things that I need to do in order to reach my goal. Sometimes it is easier said than done. Done. Yes. The good news is that the discipline is like muscles. The more you strive to use it, the easier it will be. Discipline become habitual. This brings me the last point is why to exercise. That is confidence. There is nothing better saying that your hard work will pay. When you exercise and eat well, you start to see the physical and mental changes throughout your body. Being happy and how you look is essential for your confidence. When you look good, you feel good. Your mindset becomes healthy as well as more positive. It can be easier to live socialize with the new peoples, making new friends and possibly open doors for new opportunities. New opportunities and new connections will lead to make friendship, relationship, and even new careers. When you are confident, this become contagious. The peoples wants to around you. One thing I want to make sure on this day is that if you incorporate fitness in your life today, your yourself, future self will going to thanks you. Fitness is not about helping yourself, but it helps other as well. You change your habit, you change your lifestyle. Working is not a punishment, it is blessing. Nutrition isn't restrictive, it's a healing. Health isn't one size fit all and may not look the same for everyone, but it is something that worth fighting for. Yes, now let me show you some interesting facts throughout the technology is concerned. With over a quarter of this world population now in the lockdown, our our activity habits are changing, but it seems that the world isn't quite ready to sit on the sofa and set out of the shape. Our habit has changed dramatically, and we are embracing home workout and liking to change to take exercise within the guidelines set by the government. And unsurprisingly, the data from the Beijing Sports Watch and the wearable it shows how our lives are changing. You see, this is the unsurprisingly data. The amount of daily step recorded by the Garmin device has plummeted over the period, not just in US or in India, but around the world. This came down from an average of around 8,700 steps per day at the start of the March to 7,700 by the end. Interesting to note here is that during the month of March, there is a global reduction in the daily average amount of step taken, which is indicative of people's been restricted in their movement. And virtually here, but the data also shows that the effect of the gym shutting down as treadmill runs as usually uh, downwards, the virtual cycle has increased in the countries by 63%. In other countries such as UK and Sweden, where outdoor exercises or activities allowed, there is a significant increase in outdoor cycling activity that compare with same in 2019. People are finding ways to still be active even in extreme lockdown situations. But this data still does not provide a credible idea of a person cumulative physical activities level over a 24 hours period. The University College London launched a social studies on psychological and social experience of people in UK during the COVID-19. During the second week of this study, the researcher looks into the exercise of social behavior over 47,000 participants. This is app-based and self-reported data. Early stage finds from this study that include that 1 out of 4 people says that they had no exercise or even gentle physical activities since last past 7 days, and 85% of the participants reported that they are not engaged in any of the moderate and strenuous exercise at all. 40% of the study participant reported that they has not done any gentle exercise such as going for the walk. Even in the younger participants aging from 18 to 30 years, 4 out of 5 people reported not engaged in any moderate or high intensive activity. People diagnosed with mental and physical health conditions are doing the least physical activity. Older peoples are engaged in more gentle activity, but least in exercise at home or moderate to strenuous exercise overall. People live alone and engage less in all kinds of these physical activities. People from the lower income also are engaged less in these kinds of physical activities. There are the early findings, and this result will likely to be changed over the time and lockdown measures easy. I have mentioned the link of this study. You can go and you can do the same in India even. And considering the possible impact of physical inactive during this lockdown, from this platform, I would like to give a call to actions for the physical educationist and the fitness expert. So here is my point, that is the physical educationist must have get some ways so that you can make significant differences in the life of your patient, your associated peoples. The physical experts can need to be mindful of this impact of lockdown on mental and physical well-being of the peoples. Now, more even, the holistic that aspects of our assessment need to be emphasized, especially considering the stress on this mental well-being of so many people. The peoples are uncertain, they are nervous, they are worried and isolated during this lockdown. The experts need to consider the aspects of muscle strength and deconditioning even assessing their patient or the associated ones. Although it is usually considering in assessment, it might need to be prioritized and experts need to find the ways how the peoples can regain their muscles, regain their joints, optimize their well-being. If area of musculoskeletal conditioning are not addressed, it may affect a person aging trajectory and overall well-being. So here some of the ways to stay physically active during this COVID-19. You must encourage people to break their periods of inactivity. Encourage people to engage in aerobic activity on the daily basis, even that is for the short period of exercise, has been reported to be real healthy benefits. Strengthen and balance exercise twice or thrice a week has to be incorporated. Focus on the major functional muscles groups. Think about and find out the ways to be incorporate this exercise every week during this lockdown and beyond that. So by doing this, it is the potential to change the physical activities behavior in the long term. The physical experts can need to focus on effective messaging during this lockdown. This may include positive message about the benefit of physical activity, aligned with concern that people's having during this lockdown and pandemic. This may the physical activity during this lockdown improve your mental health, improve your sleep pattern. It helps to stay healthy and it reduces the demand of healthy system. And how to stay safe while exercising during this. Here are some of the points should keep in your mind that how to stay safe while exercising in this COVID-19 period is concerned. Do not exercise if you have a fever, cough, or different breathings. It may be probably the symptoms of COVID-19. Practice social distancing when exercise outdoor or practice good hand hygiene before and after. If you are not used to physical activity, start slowing with low intensity activities such as walking or low impact exercises for the short period of the time, and gradually you can build up over the time. Choose the right activity to reduce your injury. The intensity of exercise should be matched your fitness level and the health status. We must discover the world of online fitness during this COVID-19. Now the innovative equipments will soon change this world. During this COVID-19 pandemic, which broke out into early 2020, people around the world has been required to stay at home, while the businesses has come to an halt. But this pandemic has also created a movement and people has to started to pay major attention on their own health. They started finding different ways to continue with their passion by different use of tricks for still promoting fitness. Here in this picture, you have see that the peoples from their residence exercise from their balconies. The fitness trainer used to train them. That picture is of France, and that picture has taken on March 27, 2020. We must incorporate fitness apps. The fitness apps are not new things. They has been around for at least for the past 5 years, but it's been a challenge for traditional gym to know how to move their offline service to the online quickly. Creating to offer pre-recorded online classes and now also selling sports equipments online. Nowadays, usually they invite some famous sports peoples or some social media celebrities to shoot the training classes for them. Currently, live streaming classes play a more important part in the businesses. Although the coronavirus outbreak is frustrating for sports and industries, it is still the best way to keep that related area alive. The online fitness celebrities, some of the social medias and other platform has launched some activities online to push people to share their home training or dieting stories. We must include the intelligent hardwares. Under this long pandemic shadow, it is expected that many of offline companies will have to be transformed their business to online and gamify of doing exercise by becoming a trend. It is also means using the altered circumstances as an opportunity to improve our physical fitness and make cumulative with fast pace after releasing from the current pandemic. This is some of the assessment and recommendation needed for the sports person. I have mentioned some of the physical assessment. You can measure yourself, your resting pulse rate. You can measure your positive, your negative breath holding times by using the stopwatch in seconds. Your body composition, you can have some skin for fat calipers. You can measure the blood pressures, your maximum expiry pressures, right? So these all are the simple things that you can incorporate, and some of the things mentioned here is about the physical assessment. However, our situation has also brought us into this sharp focus, the importance of taking care of ourselves and doing all that we can do to stay ourselves healthy. Part of that, keeping ourselves in shape by continuing our regular training regimen. Players should continue practicing with the following motor related skills. Here I have mentioned some of the sports and the segment which is required in the particular events. For example, football, the most important segment used for is the foot. So skill that you can include jugglings and many more. Volleyball, more coordination is required. You can do by utilizing different weights of balls so that your coordination may be maintained. Badminton, eye-hand coordination, you can go for the drop test, Oregon test, different tests are there. And for the weightlifter, you see back is most important. You can exercise more by using the resistance exercise by using some bands. The basketball, most important is the kinesthetic sense, the perception. You can go for different shots so that the perception is yet maintained, and the list may go on. Now, this is my last portion of my presentation, that is stay active while social distancing. So, some of the question and answer which I have collected from different webinars which is going on nearby in this pandemic. So, here the question is that how much activity do adults need? So, according to the physical activity guidelines, for adults need a mixture of activity to stay healthy, and includes at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic activity a week and 2 times of muscle strengthening activity a week. During this stressful time, it is important to remember that some physical activity is better than none. Adults should move more and sit less throughout the days. So I move on to the next question, that is how much what is that? How much activity do kids needs? Yes. With many children home from school, parents and caregivers might be wondering how to get the kids moving. The physical activity guidelines were recommended that the kids and teens aged from 6 to 17 get 60 minutes of activity every day. Kids younger than 6 need physical activity too. It helps to support their growth and development. The preschool age children are active naturally, so aim to help them to be active throughout the day and avoid the time just sitting around. Remember, lots of the thing counts as a physical activity, and it's all adds up. Ask your kid to teach your favorite games which they has learned from their physical education classes. Have a family dance party. Go for the challenges from each other to learn a new yoga posture or do another push-ups, different variations of the push-ups. Right? So these all are some of the questions which I have collected. If the times allow, I can continue, but I feel that the time is over. Hello?
Hello? Hello? Huh? Yes, sir. You can continue.
I can continue? Okay, thank
Yes,
you
sir.
very much, Ankan sir.
Okay.
So you see, why it is important for me to be active. The physical activities can provide immediate benefit. Physical activities can help to boost your mood, reduce stress, improve your sleep, and sharpen your focus. Benefits that can be easily important during this stressful time. Physical activities can also help you to live a longer, healthier life, and by reducing many of the common chronic diseases as we have discussed. Right? So the next question I used to take is that, is it safe for me to go to a park or playground? Yes. Be sure to follow local guidelines so that you know if it's safe to use park and playground in your community. For the playground, lots of people use and touch playground equipments. So an empty playground can still be full of germs. It also recommends that visitors do not use playground, including water playgrounds within public space and parks. There are lots of ways to get active with your kids away from the playground. And the park is considering the parks can help make it easier to keep your distancing from the other, but not if there are too much of crowd. Make sure that you look for the outdoor space that make it easy for you to keep your distancing from others. Focus on the park that are closer to your home. And avoid traveling long distance. So I can include the question, are there physical activities I need to avoid? Yes. if you continue to do many of the activities you love, but it might has to make some adjustment to be safe. Do you love group fitness classes? Try streaming a group workout online in your home. Are you lifting weight at your home, at your gym? So get creative. Try lifting cannons, goods, or laundry detergents, or try some weightlifting exercises that can helps to build your strength, just like the weightlifting. But be sure to avoid social gathering, keep your distance from others, and practice good hygiene. Next is, how can I active without gym? This is a good question. Here are all kinds of ways to get active at home. Workout, video dancing, and even active video games are great way to get moving. Many gyms and organizations across the country are offering free streaming on demand of fitness options. This might be the perfect opportunity to try something new. Household chores and gardening are also a good way to get moving and a great way to multitask if you can distance yourself from the other outside, right? So the next NQ is, how do I stay connected to others while being active? Is good. Practicing social distancing doesn't mean that disconnecting with others in your life. Here are some ideas to stay connected and active while apart. Call your friends or loved ones while taking a walk. Post your physical activities planned to social media and invite your networks to move along with you. Get moving with your friends via video chats or virtual streaming services. Motivate each other through a virtual meetings up while doing at home work, right? Next is, it is safe to return to the gym. Yes, gym and gyms is most considering. By their very nature, athletic facility like gym tends to be journey. In a study published earlier this year, researchers found drug-resistant bacteria, flu virus, and other pathogens on about 25% of the surface they tested in 4 different athletic training facilities. When you have a relatively high density of people exercising and sweating in a contained space, you have conditions where communicable disease can be spread easily. Gym equipment can be diversely difficult to sanitize. Dumbbells and kettlebells, for instance, are high-touch metal with strange shapes and many different places the people can grasp. So here the times comes, we have the great opportunity not for ourselves but for the society. What you need is to stand out of the crowd. What is physics? Physics is the prime mean for performing all religious duties. So this is the end of my session. So
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such a informative and useful lecture as per the present scenario. Thank you very much, sir. We will learn many things, sir. One more request is that as they are having, they need to fill up the feedback form, and it consists of various questions. So I would like to request you to go to the first slide so that they can see the topic, the main topic, prime topic of your presentation, because they have to fill up the feedback form with different questions.
Here is my topic: physical
Okay, this
movement connected during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Due to some technical problem, you all not able to see this slide, the front slide. After that, it's all clear. So this is the topic: physical movement and panacea during COVID-19 pandemic. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It was means a wonderful and informative session, and we are getting lots of responses and comments for this presentation. So thank you, sir. But we have few questions from the audience or participant side. So I would like to raise it in front of you so that you can hear also. So the first question is from Priyojit Debnath. That is, during in this pandemic, many people suffering from claustrophobia. That is, we know that due to the fear of closed window, means closed room, we are getting in lockdown. We are living in lockdown situation. So it is quite obvious to be in claustrophobia because people can't go out, and it's been 3 months now. So how we overcome it? Through physical activity. How to overcome this lockdown situation with physical activities? Through physical activity, how to come out from this claustrophobia condition?
Yes, definitely we can incorporate many of the activities. Many of the activities we can use the stage. We must has to make the friends. Our stage nowadays, the stage is our best friend, right? We can use the steps so that you can improve the cardio in that particular situation. You can use different forms of weights so that by utilizing the home remedies, okay, so the kids can do many of the favorite games which they has, as I have said about the physical educationist uh, taught them. We can much more get familiar with our family. We can arrange some family parties, right? We can do some yogic poses, variations of different push-ups. So these all things you can incorporate in your daily life so that you can get benefited. Hello?
Okay. Okay, sir. Nice to hear that. One more question is there. Two more questions. Is there any exercise for the sedentary old age people during lockdown? Means during this pandemic period. Is there any exercise very easy to perform for the old age people during this pandemic so that they can get better immunity and be stronger and healthier?
Definitely, they can go for some stretching exercises. They can use therabands, simple walks from the stairs. If the terrace is there, you can go and stretch yourself, do some yoga, do some meditations. This can be
Okay.
done by the old people so that they can benefit it.
Thank you, sir. Very impressed with your reply. And the last one is, so how to motivate the people for physical activity, those who are under depression, or you can say under stress. So is there any, how to motivate them for physical exercises, uh, those who are in depression?
So actually, you have to make this physical activity as a life pattern, lifestyle, as you are brushing your teeth, as I have mentioned, right? It should be incorporated in your daily regimens so that you can work more on that one. You can make this as a lifestyle. Many of the questions I have presented in this, right? You can do 30 minutes of any activity which is suitable for you that boost your hormones so that you can be more happy in that time.
Okay,
So by this you can do many of the things. Exercise can change your life. You have to incorporate during this. Okay.
okay, sir. Thank you. I think all the queries are cleared by sir very nicely. In addition to that, I would like to say that it is just like a thing that structure leads to function or function leads to structure, like that. The mental health and physical health go hand in hand, sir. I already said this. So try to ask them to perform the mental exercise first, so that they can easily adopt the physical exercise. First of all, give them mental exercise, be with them and provide them some mental exercise like memory game, and as you sir already said, that meditation and all. Then that will work, they will feel relaxed and they can easily reach to the physical activity. Don't go abruptly, don't go suddenly for the physical exercise, especially. And going to the next question, especially during the condition of lockdown, some are getting claustrophobia. But I would say, no, nothing to worry about claustrophobia. You should not have this, because if you are having discipline, if you are having space, ऑल आर हैविंग स्पेस इन, ये तो बोला नहीं गया है कि आपको घर के अंदर बंद रहना है. You are having the place in your roof or your garden. You can have a fresh air. Start the day with fresh air. Claustrophobia का कोई चांस ही नहीं है. Start with meditation, trataka, everything. It will cleansing your. These all are comes under kriya too. So it will overall will give you soothing effect. So, in addition to sir reply, thank you very much, sir, for clarifying the doubts and taking such a means. I am very, very, very much impressed with your presentation, and I hope all the participants too. They have benefited with your presentation. So, thank you, sir. Thank you once again. And if you want to convey something, then you can have the stage.
Thank you, Uncle Sinha. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Jai Bharat, Jai Hind,
Yes.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So I need 1 minute, 1 or 2 minutes for the next presentation, so that I communicate with our next presenter. Hello. Hello, Shambhu sir. Is it audible? Hello. Hello. Where is Shambhu sir? So we are having few minutes, as we are planned to start it at 12:15. So we have 5 minutes more. Meanwhile, I will connect Shambhu sir. Satpal sir. Hello. Hello, Satpal sir. Hello.
Hello.
Shambhu sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now, You can make it for screen share, then we will start.
Okay, just a minute.
Okay, sir. It is okay now, sir. It's visible.
Hmm.
It is visible, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, welcome again, everyone. We are now proceeding towards the second lecture, which will be given by the most energetic and best in the business of our generation, Dr. Shambhu Prasad, who is working as an assistant professor of physical education in the Department of Physical Education, Rajiv Gandhi University, Arunachal Pradesh. He was appointed in various other universities in India and even abroad. He worked as an assistant professor in Mekelle University, Ethiopia, Africa. Apart from that, he worked in LNIP Gwalior, which is the most prestigious one, as a lecturer, and he worked in Bharati Vidyapit along with CCS Meerut University as assistant professor. He is the coordinator of yoga diploma in Rajiv Gandhi University, Arunachal Pradesh. He is one of the promising sports person in our days, as they all are from our generation. They are most promising persons in our days, and I believe that his lecture will be going to benefited us in various directions. So please, sir, I'd like to request you to start with your lecture. Please, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Ankan sir, for your kind introduction.
Thank you, sir.
First of all, I would like to say good afternoon to everyone. Uh, Dr. Dilip Sarkar, Principal, Government Degree College, Dharmanagar, North Tripura. Our Organizing Secretary, Dr. Ankan Sinha, Head, Department of Physical Education, Mr. Prasanjit Devnath, and the entire team who is working day and night to make this program a grand success. I thank you each and all. And at the very outset, I would like to thanks to the viewer also who are here to listen my presentations patiently. Before wasting my time, I will directly go to my presentations, and my today's presentation is going to be on digital addictions and total health. Here I have used the two word, that is digital addiction and total health. So when we talk about digital addictions, that means it is the we can call it as an inability to stop doing something. Means whether intentionally or unintentionally you are used to it, knowingly or unknowingly. That we call it addictions, or we call it as a dependency. In other word, we can call it dependency. And when I talk about total health means overall health. Overall health, it comes means harmonious development, means physical, mental, social, emotional. It comes all the aspect in this total health. So I will talk one by one briefly about what I am going to present in this topic. And let me tell you one thing, that these presentations going to be my personal observation and personal views. The views may differentiate between other. It may be what you call bias or something like that. The other can agree or may not agree with my points, but it is my own, it is a personal observation and my personal perspectives. So here I will quote one that technology is a useful servant, a dangerous ruler. That Christian Louis Lange has been given this quote, and it is not what technology does to us. It is what we do to technology, and get smart with technology, choose widely, and use it in a way that benefits both you and those around you. So it all depend on us that how we are using these things, how we are using the the digital things which are available to us. It depends on us that how we are taking these things. So I have what do you call, I have distributed my over presentations in this 7 points. A brief introduction I'll be given, then what are the symptoms, whether you are addicted or not addicted, then what are the consequences you'll be facing or problem you are going to face, and some studies I'll be giving to prove my the things which I'm going to speak, and the causes, there might be some causes, or what are the causes these things are coming. Then some practical recommendations I'll be giving on it, and at last day I'll go to my concluding part. So these are the 7 points I'm going to discuss about the digital addictions and the total health. The two things I'll be working on simultaneously. You can see this picture that by staring at a screen over an average of 6 hours a day, when someone continuously keep on staring on the screen, in screen it may be laptop, it may be computer, it may be mobile phone or other gadgets, whatever available to you. When you continuously move on or seeing that things, you see how you look, your eyes become very broad, it becomes very big. Okay, so this is just I want to give a glance on it. Then here a few pictures I have given. With the help of that pictures, I am going to say that digital addiction has been ingrained into our lives. So digital addictions has entered in our life, that without these gadgets, we are feeling like we are handicapped. Suppose you think on it that one day don't have internet, that you feel like your life is incomplete, something is missing. You feel like that. So see the things that how they are encroaching in our life, in daily lives. These things like laptops or everything's nowadays a small click, you are getting everything with a button click. You will find all the things. So here, you see the mobile phone, laptops, then other things are available. Then lots of social media sources are there where you can find lot of things with a click, with a single click. So these things like here, that how we are moving toward, which direction we are moving toward. Like we say that technology become the thing easy, but at the same time, if it becomes addiction, it is very dangerous things to us also, to our lives also, to our health perspective also. So we have to think on it, that in which direction we are moving toward, whether in the correct direction or in the wrong direction. It is upon us that we have to think on it, how much time we are giving to this digital world. So here I have given that three categories I have distributed, or I have categorized my these addictions into 3 points, that is phone addiction, then social media addiction, and internet addiction. Phone addictions, like without phone you cannot do anything, you cannot move on to work, or you suppose you are sitting in a breakfast table or sitting with your friends, you are busy with your screen, playing with the screen, you addicted to it. That becomes your phone addictions. Then here some social media addictions. There are a lot of apps are there, lot of social media sites are there. Keep on searching whether it is useful or not, just we are moving with the flow, that Facebook or what do you call Twitter, there are lots of n number of apps are there, YouTubes and all these things. Then again internet. everything it is connected to the internet. In this, we are living in this digital world, and in this digital world, internet is connected to every aspect of your life. Without internet, we cannot do anything in today's era. So so I'll be talking detail on these things. So these are the categories I have categorized into three different categories. I have called that phone addictions. In phone addictions, users are affected by smartphones overuse, which impact their daily lives in a negative way. When it comes in a positive way, then it is useful. But when it becomes in a negative way in your daily life and it hamper your daily lives, these things comes under phone addictions. Then social media addictions, if you spend too much time on these things, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, all these things, and you could be in a social media addictions. You can you or we call it as a social media addictions. Then internet addiction. In internet addiction, here it's a what you call pathological use, internet use, or like a virtual world and reality. Spend excessive amount of time online for a simple things. Also, you just go for internet. You in for a daily lives, you are using internet. Without internet, you are not doing anything. So it comes under internet addictions. Then the revolution, internet revolution, how it is coming. Computational and information technology is taking us to a new stage, these things. So as we are aware, according to the Sensex in 2011, we have 1,210,193,422 people's population is there, and out of that 70% lives in a rural area, and around 6 lakhs plus villages are there. So this is the our this geographical area. Just I want to give a look on that. And then these are the some data I want to make aware of, that the data shows that that internet user in India from 2015 to 2019, and with the help of this 19, they are forecasting that in 2023 where we will stand. So see that we are increasing day by day. In every year, the graph is increasing. The use of internet is increasing. We are very much inclined toward the internet. So these are the data I am going to show you. Then again, I have divided this data into urban and rural area. So in urban and rural area, the across the India, and a type of mobile network they are using. So the 4G, you can see here that in rural and urban, both people are using, both the areas are using this 4G services. Then Wi-Fi, we have urban area more 9%, and in rural area we have 3%. So this is the just data I am giving it where we are standing. Then again here we have mobile phone. How much mobile phone people are using? Number of mobile phone internet user in India from 2015 to 2019, and with the help of this present condition, we are forecasting about 2023. So this is about the data, and showing that how the mobile phone is number of mobile phone is increasing day by day. Then again, the smartphone users across India 2014 and till 2022 they are forecasting. Till 19 the data is here, and based on 2014 to 19 the statisticians, and they are forecasting the things that at in 2020 where we will stand. So this is the data I want to just show you. With the help of this data, we can imagine that in which directions we are moving toward. Then again, here some social media apps users in India. We are showing the data here. The WhatsApp is 91.7%, and then Facebook, then Gmail, and then Facebook Messengers, Truecaller, Imo, Google Plus. All these things are there. The data is in here, and the studies has been showing that WhatsApp is the third most popular social media worldwide. closely with Facebook and all these things and YouTube. Then here the same things, the social media platforms. These are the this data has been I have taken from this January data is there 2019. The social media platforms they are using, and that now digital addictions in adults. So not only we can tell that childs are using, but adults are also lean toward these addictions, or this in this digital world. We cannot move without these digitals to a single step itself. Then how you what are the symptoms, or we can call that you are addicted to it. You are then you can opt to spend time alone with the computer, tablet, or smartphones rather than socialize with family or friends. If you see these kind of things, you are spending a lot of time alone with the computers, and you are not socializing with your families or friends. That means it is one of the symptoms. Or you can attempt to hide or minimize the phone or computer screen when another person walks into the room. So what when you are uh, working with phones or computer screen or other screen, and when somebody enters your room, just you are hiding, you are showing that you are not busy with your phones, you are doing nothing with the computers. So this is also one of the symptoms. That means you are feeling guilty about it, that you are doing something wrong. So if these symptoms comes, that means you are coming toward the digital addiction area. Then becoming defensive when confronted about online activities. When you become defensive when somebody show you, or somebody tells you about the things that you are spending more time in your phone or computers or other digital machines, then you become very defensive about that. So this is also one of the symptoms we can call. Then prefer the company of their online friends and peer over family or friends in person. So you more likely to prefer through phone, like phone calling or Facebook or other Twitter, or you are engaging yourself with these kind of social medium only. Without face to face, you are not going to the persons and talking, or you are not socializing. So this is also one of the symptoms we can call it. Then receive low grades or negative evaluation at work because of their isolation or inability to keep a schedule. This is also we can call it one of the symptoms when your work is not coming in a positive way. So this comes under the symptoms. Then you spend a lot of time talking about their online activities. Just you are talking about online activities. What are the activities going on in online, or what are the new apps are coming, what are the other platform is there. So when you are talking about these kind of online things, online shopping or online banking or online softwares, it means most of the time you're talking about these kind of activities, then it comes under uh, or it is also one of the symptoms we can call it. Then derive a feeling of self-worth or meaning from their activities. Then neglect household chores and responsibilities. You are neglecting the household activities. You are just ignoring the things when somebody tell you to do some work, but you are not involving it directly. So when this kind of things comes, it is we call it a symptom. It is also, we can say that it is also one of the symptoms. Then display increased feeling of anxiety and agitations. A lot of anxiety is coming. Suppose if you want to check some I have gone through one WhatsApp, and one message was there that if you want to check some patients, somebody, then you give him a very slow network. Internet is working very slowly. He will become irritated, that is mobile is not working, internet is very poor, very slow. Then he becomes irritated, or these kind of things comes. So that means he is very much addicted to it. So this is also one of the symptoms you can identify, and you can work on it. So these are some I want to discuss about the symptoms, how you can identify that in which direction you are. Sometimes people don't know that they are addicted. They are addicted to this digital addictions. Then those things I have discussed. These are the general symptoms I have discussed about. But especially these things I am discussing for the child. I have mentioned here 5 questions, like is your child restless or irritable or stressed when there isn't a screen around? So you ask, or you ask yourself these questions, that whether your child is doing these things. He is feeling restless or irritable or stressed when you are not giving him computer, or when you are not giving him the mobile phone. Then how he is responding? So you ask yourself this question, number one. Then number two, ask a question, that does your child skip family activities or cut out early, so he or she can get back their electronic gadget? So you have to observe, you have to keep keen observation on your children, that what they are doing, what are the activities they are doing, how they are behaving when these kind of gadgets are not there. So this is my second question. Then the third question is your child schoolwork suffering because he or she spends too much time gaming or texting? Means suppose he is skipping his work, or he is not doing his work because of these things. The digital things is hindering him or her to do the work. You have to keep a check on that. Then does your child seems to crave more or more screen time? Means his screen time is increasing day by day. You have to see on that aspect also. Then do you catch your child cheating on the limit you sit for screen time? Means suppose you have given time that you sit only half an hour on the screen. Okay, then your child is saying, yes, I will do that. But after that, when you see that he is cheating to it, means more than half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hour, like that he is doing, then you ask the question, these things yourself, and you check. You have to cross check the things. So these are the 5 questions I have given. You have to ask yourself that how your children are behaving when screen is not there. Okay, so if you have answered yes any of the previous 5 questions, be cautioned that your child is suffering from digital addiction. So why I am telling that, today's this is the digital revolution is coming. We are moving toward digital world, and digital is replacing the people. So these are the 5 questions you have to question yourself, and you have to get the answer also yourself. If any of this question is any one of the question is coming to your or what you call is favor to your child, then be cautioned that he or she is suffering from digital addiction, and you have to be very much careful with precaution measures to be taken care, and you have to come out from that addiction. So these are the things I want to tell you, or I just want to aware about these things. So you have a look to these pictures, that we are forgotten these Indian childhood games that need to be reviewed before they are lost uh, forever. So like this, you see these things. When we were child, we used to play these kind of things, and what I see that these activities or these childhood games, there is some developmental activities are also there, like I told that total health. So like in a when you talk about, you are playing video games or something like that things, PUBG or like that in mobile, and at the same time you play these kind of things, these kind of games, you will find that these activities, these traditional games, or these childhood games, indigenous games, that is more beneficial for the overall development, for the total health development of your child. It involves the physical, the mental, the social, the everything. When you play these kind of games, your mental development will take place, your physical development will take place, moral develop, everything, adjustment, how to adjust with the child, how to play, how to make groups, all these things, overall development will come. But But in today's era, we are missing these kind of games. We are not seeing this kind of games children used to play. See these every games there have some scientific development, scientific reasons are there. But in today's era or today's daily life, the children are not playing these are disappearing, these games are. So we have to revive these games, and we have to rethink on that, how to bring those games in our daily life. So few games I have listed here, but there are n number of games. Some it depends on the place where you belong. Some traditional games are there, some indigenous games are there. See these kind of games. Everything these kind of games we are missing. We are not seeing this kind of these games are playing in our daily childhood days. These traditional games. The why I am focusing these points, because from here only the development take place, from childhood only the development take place. Overall development, we have to think from very beginning that how you want to develop your child. Overall development should take place. The biological development, we can say that when your biological process disturb, everything is disturbed, so you have to take care of your health. So this is the things I am focusing about the child, the children. We have to think on this direction. Now, I would tell that effect. What are the first? I will. There are some when some things comes. We have a positive and negative both effect. So first, I will discuss the positive effects, and then later on, I will move toward the negative effects. Like this, if digital is there, then it becomes very easy for our daily lives. Like earlier what we used to do, we used to go for railway ticket or flight ticket, you have to move in a queue, we have to stand for 2 to 3 hours in a queue, and then we get the ticket. But now what happens, we get the railway tickets in just a click of button. You click and you get the tickets in just a few minutes. Only you sit and get everything done, reservation done, flight ticket, shopping, everything you can do it from here also. You can job search, you can search your job from the website. There are lots of website is there, so this is one of the advantage. Then there are a lot of apps for health apps. Lot of apps is there. You can monitor your health, that how your health is, heart rate monitor is there, then how much distance you have covered, the step count is there. So there are a lot of apps is there. You can go for this virtual doctor visit also. You can see this pictures here. The patients and doctor, they are having virtual interaction. They are discussing about what how he is suffering, she is suffering, what are the reason, and doctor will recommend you. It is through online mode only, like what we are doing now. We are using this platform for this webinar. We are so this is also this, it becomes very easy. It is also one of the positive effect. In this lockdown period, we don't have any other medium. Online classes are going on. The person who is unable to use all are also trying to use these platforms. So if these online platforms were not there, then online educations wouldn't take place. We would be having very good trouble, and the face-to-face mode is not there. We stuck at our home, and still we are the teaching learning is taking place. So this is one of the positive effect, I can say, the digital world we are having. So these are the things I can say here. You can use social media, social interaction also. You can contact with friend. Then customer rating is also there. These things we can do through online. Then one Arogya Setu app is there. The COVID patients, we can check. We can check the status of the recovery rate and all these things. These are the some positive effects, and government is working on it. So this is the positive effects, I can say, we have. So as I have discussed, the point, Arogya Setu is there, health app is there, then diet, exercise, and all these things we can get from online. Online medical records we can show the doctor. Then virtual doctor visit also we can do, research, education, everything. These are the some positive effects, I can say. With the help of digital, we can use it. Now I'll move toward the negative consequences or negative effect, how these things plays in our life. Then I have divided these negative consequences into these four categories, that is psychological, physiological, physical, and social. So these I'll go through one by one. So psychology, psychological issues, I can say that that is distraction is one of the causes of, I can say, is technology. In the recent book that Professor Rosen of California State University conducted a study on high school, and he sees that technological distractions affect their study habit. So this is also one of the negative effect we can say we have uh, through digital addiction. Then also it is that the student, one study has been conducted in America, and that say that an average student is 3 minutes, means in every 3 minutes the people, they cannot concentrate, means every 3 minutes their mind is changing, they are diverting. So see the things, we cannot construction, lot of distraction is there. So one of the psychological issue is distraction. Then cognitive control, we have not, cognitive control is also disturbs, cognitive losses is there. um, Depression, people are going in depression, anxiety, then migraine or headache, sleep disorder, agitations, learning disability, feeling of guilty, impulse control. So these things are that. Then here, with the help of, you can see that I talked about distractions. Then a lot of distraction is there, lot of sites are there, lot of other things are there. You are unable to choose, you are unable to choose the things that which direction I want. So with the technology, distraction is taking place. Then again, depression is seen in many people. Then here, hope, you can see that nope is there. Then again, here in this picture is the insomnia, you cannot sleep, it is late night sleep, you are not able to have a sound sleep because of this digital addictions. These are some psychological effect. Then agitations, concentration is there, you are sitting with your books, but you cannot concentrate. So you can see with the help of these pictures is that concentration also, then agitation is there, irritation is there. So a lot of psychological aspects are there which is affecting our daily life, or which is affecting our health aspect, psychological. Then I can see here that some physiological issues are also there. Like if you are sitting long time in a chair, people becoming hypokinetic, people becoming hypokinetics, movement is not there. So it is disturbing our immune system, physical activity is not taking place, we are doing nothing. So the immune system is our disturbed, metabolic system is disturbed. So the bone health, the health of the bone is also decreasing, the strength of bone is also decreasing. Then obesity will definitely take place when physical work is not there. Hmm. Then after all, if these things are disturbed, then it directly affect to the metabolic health biomarker. So and neuromuscular awareness is also affecting. High blood pressure and restrained stress hormone leading to inflammation. So these are the some I have listed. There are other factors also. There are other physiological aspects also, but a few I have mentioned here that it disturbs. Then here comes the some physical issues like weight gain, eye strain, hearing loss, neck strain. When you are continuously sitting, there is a spondylitis or something like that takes place in your body. Then musculoskeletal, bone, muscle, and joint pain. You will feel some pain is there. So see the evolution. First you are standing here, then again your body is taking the shape of this. So this become deformity. When with the help of this picture, you can imagine that in which direction we are moving towards. See, this digital world is affecting negatively. Here you have see we, earlier we used to work through four hand, four means four contact is there. Then again we came in bilateral. Then again we are moving, when we are coming to this digital world, we are going again to the four contact position. So the evolution is, see in which direction we are moving towards. So we have to think on this physical direction also, that in where digital world is taking us, in which direction we are moving toward. We have to think on this area, and we have to conduct some research on this area also. Then social aspects, as you are aware that when so you are when you are busy with your digital world, when you screen time, you are increasing your screen time, then the social skills is you are lacking. Then isolation is there, sense of isolation will be developed. And technological addiction can lead to job loss. Then when you are busy with your these technologies things, you are not giving more time to your job. You are unable to do the things which is there, which is your work allows you, but you are unable to do. So this is one sociological aspect. You can see with this picture, look at this picture, is that all together they are friends, they are sitting together, but they are not talking to each other, they are busy with their screens. So where we are moving towards, see the thing and see the condition of, we are sitting together, but we are not bother about each other. We are busy with other world, or we are busy with other things who are not in present. Here also with this picture you can see that one child is there with football. We know that football, we cannot play alone, it requires partner. So other are sitting with their, they are busy with their mobile phone. They are playing video games and other games, other things, but they are not involving in physical activity. Then here the social issues are there, social aspects is disturbed. So this is another issues, sociological issues, I can say that we have to look on this direction also. Then some studies has been conducted, and some we can hear some studies are there. Like one study has been conducted in urban resettled colony in New Delhi, and they have collected data on 550 adolescent age group between 10 to 19 years. And out of that data they have seen that 98% of the adolescent, they are screen based, they are used what you call, they are using more time in this screen based media. It becomes TV, mobile, computer, other things. And another study is like associations of physical activity and screen time on health related quality of life in adult. Another study is there that 3,796 this study is conducted in Australia. In Australia they have conducted around 4,000 people are there. They have collected data, and they have seen that 90% people, they are not using, they are using screen time. Their screen time is more as compared to physical activity, and their health is also affecting. But the reason they are not able to identify that whether this health has been disturbed through the use of screen, or they are not doing physical activity. So other study is yet to conduct. We can conduct in this area also, we can use some research in this area, that whether these things are affecting or not. So there are a lot of statistics is there, a lot of studies are also there. We can find out that how this digital world is affecting our life. Then I'll discuss that what are the reasons here, that why these things are happening. So when I talk about the causes. So there are no single cause of digital addiction. Several factors can play a role. Means there are many other reasons also, but I have listed some here. That multitasking means they are doing they are doing lot of tasks at the same time. So to do in less time all the activities, we are using this digital things. We are using internet for every single thing. We just go for Google and we find out the things. So Google is a search engine, and we are very much dependent to Google. Then this is also, this may be one of the causes. And then other is over pressure of work. There are work pressure is increasing day by day, so this technology is helping us to decrease our work pressure. So this may be one of the reason, or this may be one of the causes for this addiction. Then we are using entertainment purpose also. We are playing video games, we are seeing movies. Then a lot of other things are also there. Documentary films are there. Other entertainment sites are there. This may also cause one of the causes also. Entertainment may also be one of the causes for this addiction. Then lack of family engagement. Today we see that family engagement is very less. You can see here that they are sitting in the breakfast table, but everybody is having their phone in their hand. And they are having breakfast, and at the same time they are using their phone also. They are doing their work. Means they are not giving time to the children. Children are playing self playing. Parents are not playing with them, so, or not involving with them. So this is may this may also one of the reason, I can say, which is affecting to, or we are inclined toward this digital world. Then nuclear family uh, is also one of the causes. Like earlier we used to have nuclear family, joint family, but these days we don't see that. So when we have large family members more, then somehow can the child can play with anybody. They have, if one is engaged, then other is free, so he can have time with the family members. But in today's we don't see the nuclear family. They're staying single family is there, and they don't have time. They both are, suppose mother and father both is working, then the child is alone. So this may also one of the reason for this why the digital addiction is taking place. Then this is one of the what do you call it, that learning learning steps, we can call it. So this may also be one of the reason for addiction. Like first I have seen that unconscious and competence. That means you are unaware of the skill and you are lack of proficiency. Means you don't know that you are doing something wrong. Okay. Then conscious incompetence. Then it comes that you are aware of the skill, but you are not proficient. You are not proficiency on it. Means you know that you are doing wrong, but you are unable to do correctly. So this is conscious and incompetence. Then other is unconscious and competence. Means performing the skill and becomes automatic. So this is unconscious competence. Unknowingly, you are doing the correct thing. Then conscious and competence means you are able to use the skill, but only with efforts. Means you, like once you learn the skill, you can do automatically. Like learning, once you learn the bicycle, and you never forget. So that become conscious and competence. When you practice, then you can go for long distance. So this may also like learning model of from psychology, we can take this. And this may also be one of the reason for digital addiction, to becoming more competence, more active, more updated. For these things we are lean toward this digital world. Then here I can have some practical recommendations. I will call it, that how you can do, like when you are sitting in a computer and continuously, you can have a break in between. Suppose 20 minutes you can sit together and you give 20-minute break. So this is another. Then individual or group therapy and art therapy is also deemed to be useful. Then practice tech-free times during meals and bedtime. You have to you have to restrict your time when you are in bed, or when you are having some meals, or the breakfast or lunch. That time you don't keep your mobile phone with you. You keep separately. You restrict your time, that how much time you want to use your screen. So this may also work as one of the recommendations, I would say. Then ensuring that the total time of screen time does not exceed the age group recommendation. So you should not increase uh, these things, like the recommendation what they have given. Then scheduling a daily dosage of use of technology device. Planning means you have to schedule that in morning you want to use, or afternoon or evening time, which time you have to schedule your daily dosage of uses. You have fix your time, means what time you will study, what time you will do some physical work, or what time you will play. These things you have to make a schedule. Okay, don't allow children to spend hours on their technological devices. So this is we have to restrict some. And technology, don't keep your technology in every room. You fix one room, that whenever you want to use your mobile phone, or whenever you want to use your laptop, you you use one separate room. Then do not play any kind of technological game. So you should not play games. When you play one game, then again you become used to it, addicted to it, the game. So this is with these things we can improve ourselves. So like you can go for physical activity also, like for 5 to, has WHO has recommended that 5 to 17 years you should go for 60 minutes daily for exercise. Some light aerobic, anaerobic, vigorous intensity activity you should go for. Then again 18 to 64 years you should go for 120 minutes, sorry, 150 minutes one. So these are some recommendation given by WHO. We should follow these things to keep ourselves healthy with the help of this technology, and say, and without technology. That means addiction is in anything, it is very harmful to our health. So we have to uh, keep ourselves very much inclined toward these things. Then if technology, if you want to use the technology, then we have to moderation, we have to do some moderation if we are using the technology. So like here, we can by limiting the time wasted on your phones, laptops and other electronic gadget, we have to spend sometimes surround free. Also we have to keep some time for see our surrounding. We have to go for some natural beauty where your phone should not work. You should not take your phones or laptops or any other work. You freely you should enjoy the natural beauty or nature. You can have some time with this nature. Then if you do these things, your real social life improves. You feel better, you feel relaxed, you enjoy the life at fullest. So sleep is also very important. Sound sleep, these days people are not having sound sleep. As in earlier slides I have shown that till 3 p.m 3 a.m is there, but your sleep, you are not having sleep. So sound sleep is also very important. Limiting screen time and improve sleep pattern. You have to change your sleep pattern also, because if you don't take sleep, some diseases takes place, some health issues may arise. So it is very necessary or very important for proper sleep. Then it must be used in an efficient manner. With the help of this, I am showing that how you can use the technology. You have to use your brain, that how you want to use the technology. with the help of this, I have two pictures is here. I have shown. Can you imagine what is in your mind by seeing this picture? Um, you see, one just. Can you see my pointer over here, Ankan sir?
Yes, sir, I can see.
Hello.
All can see.
Okay, fine. So see the fingers, you can see here the fingers are long, thin, pointed. Okay, fingers are long, thin, and the head, you can see it's a very big head, and the stomach is very big. It is fatty. You see this by with the help of these pictures. The stomach is very big, and you have thin short leg, and thin short hand. Means the head is big, the stomach is big tummy is very big, the thin height is very short, and you don't have hair, bald hair. So with the help of this image, what I want to show this, that the anthropologist, they believe, or they are just predicting the thing that in after 500 or 1000 year after, the people will look like this. The reason behind this is that we are not doing any physical activity. We are becoming hypokinetic, inactivity. So we have, with by seeing the present condition, the anthropologists, they believe that if life goes like this, then one day, one the very day will come, we will look like this. Our figure, our personality will look like this. It will be a big head, fatty big tummy, small and thin leg, uh, fingers will be very thin and long, because we are using the fingers in computer, in laptop or mobile. We are taking use of fingers, and brain is working on it. We are so brain will be very big, head will be big. So they are predicting like this the things. So with the help of this, just I want to show you that how you can improve your way of thinking, or how can improve your observation, in which direction you want to go. So uh, like one quote I have given: technology can add limitless value to our lives, especially if we take care to use it mindfully. So it can add value to our lives, but we have to take care according to the time. We have to fix the time. We have to moderate the things. So as given, one Mahatma Gandhi quote is there, that be the change you want to see in the world. So what you want to see, you have to first change yourself, what you want to see in the world. So uh, the greatest mental health crisis of the next decade, this is the digital addiction. The mental health crisis is the digital addiction. It's a very serious issue. We should think on it, how we have to overcome these things, or how speedily we are moving toward, in which direction. Whether to make or to mar our life, the ball is in our court. It is to decide ourselves. Nobody will come and take care of yourself. Like I'll say one thing, that many people complain of themselves, that I am very healthy, I am very fatty, or I am very thin, or my body is like that. So they are not happy with their body. But my question is that what we are giving to our body. We are taking so much use of our body. We are whole day and night, the body is working, the heart is pumping blood, the eyeball is working, the liver is functioning. If a second or microsecond they stop, you see the condition where we will go. But they are not stopping, they are working on it, but we are doing nothing for that. So we have to think that before complaining our body, we have to think on that, what we are giving to our body in return. In return we are giving nothing. Our body is functioning, but we are giving nothing. Like for a vehicle, suppose for a if you purchase a bike, we used to go for servicing center, we take care of that bike. But same thing, bike has machine, but our body also have machine that are functioning. So we have to think in that direction, that you spare some time for yourself and think for yourself what you want to do, where you want to move. It all depends on you. The ball is in your court. You decide what you want to do. Everything is there. The plus point is there. The minus point is there. Your body is there. You have to take care of your body. So thank you so much. So here I conclude my presentations. Is there any questions? Ankan
Okay,
sir?
thank you, sir. Thank you for your nice and wonderful deliberation of your lecture. Thank you, sir. You have given a very thoughtful things to us. You have given the burning topic, that is that I would say that is the need of hour. It is the very demanding issue in our life. So there are few questions given by the participants.
Yes, sir.
I would like to summarize this. Means all of them: Malika Bora, Malobika Bora, Priyojit Debnath, Anna Jamatia, Garima Bali. They are one way or other way. They are asking the same question, that uh, how to avoid the addiction. Means sometimes it using the internet and social media becomes beneficial for us, and even the government asking us to take the classes online in online basis and online mode in the colleges and the schools. Then how to avoid the addiction? Is it good for us, or how to avoid this addiction is
See,
it is the question.
see, my just I have given all the plus points and minus points. I have discussed very clearly. But one thing I want to share with you, that government is saying that go online mode. But what I believe, we face to face teaching cannot be replaced by online mode. Online mode, they have own features, they have own advantage, but it cannot replace. You cannot replace the face to face teaching. Like I belongs to physical education. I cannot do physical activity in online. I can make aware that I will make some videos in the ground, and I'll just play that video. The people are sitting at home, they can use, but how can I get that whether they are doing correctly or not? To rectify those things, I have to be physically present there and physically observe those points. What are the point? Why they are committing the mistakes? Then only I can correct it. Many things are that, but the question is that how we can avoid. Means it all depends on ourselves, that we have to make a schedule. We have to fix our time, that you have to 12 hours, 24 hours is there, everybody have the same time. Now you have to decide that in which part is more important to you. Decide the priority. Without priority or without roadmap, you cannot go anywhere. So my personal observation, or what I see, is that the first thing is the priority. As one short analysis you have to do, that what are the things, everything, suppose every, or rather I would call it that every day you have to make the short analysis. Every day you have to finalize the things priority list you have to make. To move systematically, to be healthy, you have to do something. You have to devote some time for this. So the schedule, I would call it, you have to make the schedule.
Okay, thank you, sir. Nice reply. I think all are satisfied with the answer. In addition to that, you have to do the need-based activity. It is
Yes,
we used to say that excess of everything is bad.
bad.
So don't go for always. Addiction is different, and using regularly is different. Don't go for addiction. आपको जरूरत है उतना ही करना चाहिए. It is the need of hour that we can't do anything. Rather, we should give the online classes. There is no other way. That must do, because to we have to move on. तो हमें कम से कम जो जितना चाहिए उतना हमें जरूरत करना चाहिए. Don't go for addiction. Don't do anything excess. Okay.
Yes.
Meanwhile, one more question is there, sir, for you. It is given by Sangram Bhattacharya. Is there any parameter to analyze that the children got addicted to the digitization? Is
I
there
have
any
given five
parameter?
questions.
Yes,
Parameter.
I know. For his sake, you can reply, sir.
Yeah, we can, as such, we have to conduct research on. This is also one of the area of research we can go through. It is not
Yes,
proved.
sir.
The things which I have made the causes, some may be right, some may agree, some may not agree. This is my personal observation, what I have gone through various articles, various literature, and find out the things. Whether it is correct or not, we have to check the authenticity. We have to go through it. We have to conduct some research on that. Then only we can make some parameters for those things. You have to question yourself. Your own awareness is only the parameter, I would call. And one thing I feel that a lot of analysis makes you paralysis. So don't do lot of analysis about yourself. Just go and keep yourself calm, cool, healthy. This is the things only I will say.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Nice explanation. I think everything is clear. I hope that we will catch you soon in another program or in program like this, webinar or in personal talk. Thank you for your presentation. And if someone likes to ask anything, then we will text you, sir, so that they can have their reply, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you, one and
Thank you,
all.
sir. Thank you, sir. So now we are proceeding towards the end of the first day, that the second lecture we have completed. This is my request and personal request and request from the organizing committee that please be on time. Tomorrow we will meet again at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. and we will continue the three lectures. Let it be of 45 minutes or 1 hour. We will continue simultaneously. So be ready at 10 a.m. and every day you have to mention your name and your designation and organization so that we can have your account, and at the same time follow the lectures very carefully and sincerely so that you can fill up your feedback form later on. According to the evaluation of feedback form, you will get the certificates. So all the best, and thank you once again for attending and for your patience hearing. We will meet again tomorrow. Thank you, everyone.